Good morning, my friends from around the world. Here we are again in beautiful Costa Rica, Central Pacific Coast, coming to you with another episode of Blissin Out. This is episode 17. We have a remarkable guest for you, and we're going to be talking about the subject of surrender, which is a very, very, very important topic. Now, if you see my eyes wander to the left, it's because I'm just reviewing to make sure the stream is going smoothly here. Yes, it seems to be... Okay, we have a viewer. Everything's on track. Everything is good. Great. Well, thank you very much for joining us for our show. Now, please... let us know in the comments where you're watching from, because that's always very interesting to know. So, before we dive into the meat and potatoes of the show, I would like to share with you some very exciting news from the tribe. So, firstly, we already have cleanups, beach cleanups going on in Jaco, Costa Rica, every 2 weeks. We've already done over 20 cleanups. We've cleaned up over 350 bags of garbage, and I am today here to tell you that we have the second Karma Tribe cleanup being born in San Jose, Costa Rica, in San Pedro, in the east side of San Jose, Costa Rica. The first one will be on July 1st, and then every 2 weeks from that point on, we will be having cleanups in San Jose. So I'm super excited that our cleanups are starting to spread around the world. I'm also in touch with a guy in Vietnam who is actually a Harvard graduate, who is a university professor in Vietnam, and he also works with, I believe, with orphans, and he is wants to be an ambassador for Karma Tribe, and so I'm in touch with him, and they're thinking about starting a Karma Tribe cleanup in Vietnam. So you can understand my enthusiasm. So, guys, yeah, please tell us where you're tuning in from. And thank you so much for joining us. So, what else is new in the tribe? Oh, yeah, so I was reviewing some of our recent favors occurring on Karma Tribe. And I was just noticing that this absolutely beautiful favor just got completed. And some amazing comments were left. Okay, so let me step back a moment. If you haven't heard yet, Karma Tribe is a website that we have where you can offer and request free services with people around the world. It's a gifting economy. The idea is that everyone can offer their gifts, their resources, their talents out into the world on this website with no expectation of anything in return. And you can also request anything that you need on this website. And so people can come together and help each other based on what they have to offer and what they need. So we have here this girl, Nicole, in Colorado, who had recently offered on Karma Tribe intentional poetry. She said, I would like to offer uplifting and inspiring poetry. If you would like a personalized poem for yourself or for someone you know, please get in touch with me. I love writing. I think poetry is a powerful way to connect. Let me create something for you full of power, meaning, and intention. So it seems that a certain Morris Moe took her. This kind of feedback appeared on Karma Tribe. Morris Moe said, Nicole has crazy talent. The most beautiful, personalized poem that I've ever seen. I'm speechless after seeing the poem that he evidently received from Nicole. Meanwhile, Nicole said, I have been trying to get back into writing poetry for a couple years now, but I felt like I had lost my muse, and I've been sitting in a deep writer's block. I received an update email from Karma Tribe, and suddenly I felt a calling to give poetry away as a favor. I was contacted about the favor right away, and it turns out that giving my poetry away was was exactly the motivation and the spark of inspiration that I needed to get back into my poetic groove. I'm so happy and cannot wait to write more for others. So as you can see, folks, giving away your gifts on Karma Tribe can be so satisfying and can open up something very big within yourself. I know myself, I've given away many things on Karma Tribe, Go classes, Facebook marketing help, surf classes, and I've made all kinds of new friendships out of it. It's been so satisfying, so fun, and so I highly recommend you guys check out Karma Tribe. Now, I want to say good morning to everyone who's tuning in. We have Andre, we have Mulyadiun, we have Francesca, Elena, New. Great to have you here. And we have Emma Quesada tuning in from Heredia. He says, I speak Portuguese and Spanish. I'd like to share my languages, and I have a project to teach English online. He studied pedagogy at Hispano-American University. Well, thank you, Emma, for watching our show. Great to have you. Feel free to offer your favors on karmatribe.com. And great to have you in the tribe. Good morning, Elena. Thanks for tuning in from Dallas. Oh, so great to have so many amazing folks tuning in here. And, well, without any further ado, I would like to bring on a highly distinguished guest, a very inspiring young woman who has a little something to say about surrender. Please, come on down, Seybrielle. And good morning, Fabian.
I feel like I'm on The Price is Right.
Oh, welcome.
Thank you. It's so good to be here.
Well, you are similarly lucky.
Yeah, I feel it. I've won.
So, Seybrielle, we have viewers tuning in from around the world here. How does it feel to be on Blissin Out?
It feels amazing. It truly feels like a dream come true. I feel blissed out just being here, being in this environment, being in your presence. Like, you're so enthusiastic about life, about everything. I'm just like, woo, I'm pumped. I feel great.
According to my request to be our special guest. And so, Seybrielle, why don't you tell our viewers a little bit about yourself? Like, where are you from? Well, yeah, let's start there. Where are you from, and what's your little story here?
Awesome. Well, first off, my name's Seybrielle. It's like Gabrielle, but with an S. And I'm from Salt Lake City, Utah. Born and raised, mountain girl, Utah girl. And here I am in lovely Jaco Beach, Costa Rica. So, yeah.
So you must have surrendered to something to end up down here. Tell us. How did you end up transitioning here?
Oh, surrender, and surrender some more. That's for sure. For me to be here, I surrendered the life that I was living so that I could step into the life that I am to create here. And for me, it was just a sequence of events that took place and opportunities to create something beautiful for myself and for my life. And then when I couldn't think it would get any better, I had experienced something that allowed me to let go and surrender some more and claim this life and be here now in Costa Rica. So through a series of relationships, surrendering, through a series of jobs, careers, things that no longer served me, to really be here now, be present with you, be present in Costa Rica, and surrender to the bliss, really, and serenity that is provided in this magical place. So, yeah.
So, Seybrielle, why do you think that surrendering is so hard for a lot of people to surrender? For example, I mean, of course, this is quite general, but like, you know, sometimes we have feelings of pain within us that we don't want to face, or we have dreams that we feel like we don't deserve, or we have past issues that we don't want to face. So, yeah, what makes it hard about surrendering to things?
I would say fear. The fear of the unknown, the fear of death. There's this huge fear in us that arises that if I let this go, I don't know what's on the other side. I don't know. And it's all I know, and if I let that go, I may die. Like, there's this internal part of us that I feel like is so afraid to let go because of the fear of the unknown. And it's in the unknown where the potential to create actually comes through. And it's this death, this fear of not knowing what's on the other side of surrender. And for me, it's bliss. It's absolute bliss. Mm-hmm. But knowing that is a very hard thing to go through, because you're literally surrendering. It's a death. You're literally allowing your old self and your old parts to die so that the new part of you may come through, and you may live in a way that's more aligned and authentic to your growth and the things that you're creating for yourself. So it's a difficult thing to really do because of that fear. But when we face our fear, what's on the other side of fear is love. And I think that's the most beautiful part about it all. It's not easy. I'm not saying like, surrender's a walk in the park. I give up. I surrender. Here's my white flag. It's
When did you start to learn about the power of surrender? Like, when did you start to realize that surrendering was the key to progressing towards your dreams?
I learned the power of surrender in what I would refer to as like the holy instant. It's the second I let go and I asked I just got down and I'm like, please show me the way, something, like I don't know what else to do. And I would immediately get this feeling of comfort from so many things around me. People would show up, and it was in the way that I wasn't expecting it to. When I was allowing myself to surrender, like, hey, this is how I want something to show up, and I released my expectations, and I just let go and allowed something better to come through, it happened instantaneously. And it was always the perfect message that I was receiving, and it was, whether it was from a sign or a synchronicity or a happening, I learned the power of surrender when I felt connected to myself and connected to everything. So it's been a journey ever since of just letting go, continuing to surrender some more and more. So, yeah.
Wow. Oh, it's very inspiring. Well, great to have everyone here with us. We have Tara, Walid, Deepak, Yariella, Mark. Thank you so much for watching with us. If you have any questions for us, please leave them in the comments, or if you just want to tell us where you're from, it's very interesting to hear. Or if you have a tale of surrender, please tell us. So you started like surrendering to your true feelings and facing pain in your life that you were covering up. And you were telling me that you started going live on Facebook a lot, right? Mm-hmm. And kind of sharing how you felt and what you were going through. And then suddenly you had people reaching out for coaching and stuff, and you kind of became a life coach over the past couple of years, right?
Yeah, most certainly. And
do you want to share a little bit about that, about how that journey's been? Do you feel like it's your purpose to help others?
Oh yeah, most certainly. Before I stepped into this role as a healer, a coach, or a guide, I was my training, my work in the physical world came through physical therapy. So I was assisting people through healing their physical bodies after accidents or after things. And so now that I've transitioned into more of those wounds that we can't really see. They're not on the outside. You can't tell I have a broken heart or that I've had these experiences in my life on the outside. So it really takes, I love what I do. I know that I'm here to facilitate and feel people through their process and just kind of be somebody who stands by them side by side. But the real power of it and how it came to be was me opening up emotionally and being vulnerable and allowing myself to express my emotions. If you go through like my very first Facebook Live, it was me sitting in front of the camera right after my divorce and just kind of like talking about my very first holiday without my previous partner, and just expressing the pain in that, but also the gratitude. And I just was allowing myself to express my emotions, and it really struck a chord with a lot of people to see such vulnerability, and I feel like it gave people the permission to also express their emotions. And I think that's the power of authenticity, is when we allow ourselves to just be who we are and show up in the world as who we are, emotions and all, it inspires other people to do the same. And that's really all I want to do, is allow people to really come into themselves and be who they are. Pain and all, joy and all, enthusiasm and all, just be who you are. Like, that's what brings people together, and it's the gift that we give the world. And so from that point on, I've just been like sharing my message, sharing my experience, sharing my story, and in that people along the way have been like, thank you, I resonate with this. And it took me a long time to like accept that I should be doing this for work, because I was like, I can really make a living and create prosperity for myself and others through this, and I know that it's my gift and my talent, and so I just give it to people.
Yeah.
I share it with people, and I teach other people how to do the same thing, to live from an authentic space and give their gifts to the world, whatever that may be. We're all artists, and so, yeah.
So, what would you say? I mean, thank you for tuning in from Massachusetts, Tara. Great to have you here. So, what would you say to any of our viewers who might still feel some pain inside from something that happened in the past that they still carry with them, and it's causing kind of like a block, an energetic block in their life? I mean, it's not so easy to face your fears. You know, it's not just as simple as saying, just surrender to it. That's just one easy step. No, it's difficult. It's a process. So what would you say to a person like that?
First off, I would say that it's okay. First and foremost, to acknowledge what you're feeling and just really feel it. Really acknowledge the feeling and the emotion that is coming up for you, and embrace it. Embrace yourself like you would maybe your child or the person that you love the absolute most. Imagine that what's coming up for you, if you can kind of detach yourself a little bit emotionally to envision maybe this scared part of you coming up and just greeting you. How would you want to embrace that? You know, sometimes it's hard to embrace ourselves like we embrace everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can kind of create that a little bit of emotional detachment to see what you're experiencing and love yourself as you would somebody that you care so much about, and just acknowledge that emotion, acknowledge what you're experiencing, really like it was somebody who you really cared about. And for me, that's been really huge, to first and foremost acknowledge the emotion, and then from that point just embrace it, express it, allow yourself to feel it, whether it's anger, whether it's sadness, whether it's joy, whatever it is. Like, full freedom of expression is essential, and to start the process. Documenting your journey, whether it's through Facebook Live videos or writing, is beautiful as well, to really take a look at where you're at and be able to reflect on it later is huge.
And possibly inspire others through your own authentic journey.
Truly, because the things that we each experience inspire another person. We are all connected in some way, shape, or form. So when you stand in who you are and express yourself fully, you give another person permission to do the same, and then you connect with these people from all over, or it could be like your neighbor or somebody that you haven't talked to forever, and then you can engage in dialogue about what you're experiencing to help raise you up and get you through the experience, because you don't have to do it alone. That's I think where I'm from is everybody feels like they're the only one, and they've got to do it alone, they've got to figure it out alone. So we've kind of become very solitude, and community is huge. So getting together with friends, family, or community gatherings where we can share these thoughts, share these feelings, and raise each other up, and let you know that you're not the only one. And I think that's what's so great about Karma Tribe too, is like, I feel like you're really encompassing that with people giving away their time and their services and their gifts, and it's huge, it's beautiful. You're not in this alone, ever.
Yeah, absolutely. There's many interesting things in what you said, and I can't help but think about there's an analog between, the metaphor of like imagining yourself as someone who needs help, as a fragile person who needs help, and treating yourself with love. Because I can't help but think of the analog of on Karma Tribe. There's many people offering things, offering beautiful, beautiful things. But interestingly, there's about 3 times as many people offering things as requesting things. Mm-hmm. And it's difficult to get people to accept favors on Karma Tribe because people tend to put themselves last. They tend to think, no, I don't deserve that. I don't deserve like to get this gift from life. I don't deserve this love. I'll give my love. That feels good to give of myself, but I don't deserve the love and attention. So I think it's very much related. Is we often don't realize that we need and deserve love just as much as everyone else.
Truly, and even surrendering to that has been probably one of the most groundbreaking things for me, is because I myself have lived very much like overcompensating and giving from a sense of lack that I felt within myself, and I never allowed myself to really receive from my relationships, from people. I felt like everything had to be hard won until I realized, like, whoa, I actually have a block on receiving. What is this all about? Where is this coming from? And like, I feel like I'm a great person. I deserve good things, but allowing yourself to receive is where you allow people to give. Because if you don't allow people to give, you're essentially taking their gift away. You're not allowing it to come through. And
it's so true.
There's so much power in receiving as well. And I think we have, I know for myself, I had this negative connotation because I felt like receiving made me a victim and made me like needy, or made me, just powerless. But in reality, that's not the truth. And I've had to, shed those parts of myself and really allow myself, no, it's okay. It's okay to receive. It's safe. It's okay. And so it's okay to receive. Allow people to show up for you.
It's a two-way street. So we have all kinds of comments coming in. Elena really agrees about the power of a community. Emma says, this girl is brilliant.
Thank you.
Elena echoes those sentiments, and Bob says, a great observation about the Karma Tribe data. It's true for everyone that it's easier to offer than to ask, but it's a two-way street. So, I always think, like, by accepting someone else's gift, you give them that pleasure of sharing that part of them to the world. And as I gave that example in the beginning of the show about that girl who shared her poetry through Karma Tribe, and that unlocked like a crazy like writer's block within herself, and really made her really, really happy. So it's so interesting.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you about you were talking about letting your authenticity shine through, and I know sometimes it can be hard to be truly authentic around your family. And what would you say about that? What are some tips you would give to really be authentic around your family? And also, like, do you agree with what I'm saying? Like, why is it so tricky to be authentic around your family?
I am very lucky to have a very open and accepting family, as far as like my mother and father and aunts and uncles go. But I know for many individuals there's this fear of judgment, this fear of like, oh, my family doesn't understand me. They don't, like, they have no idea what I'm doing, no idea what I'm creating, and so there can be this separation between families. But in reality, we have more in common with our family than we don't have. And if we can just connect onto the points that we actually can relate to with our family, we can really see like how they can assist us in our growth and with what we're doing. For myself, like, I'm almost too real with my family. Like, as far as emotions come, like, I can't hide my emotions around my family, and that's it's been a lesson for me. They say, like, if you think you're enlightened, go spend a week with your mother, and you'll see all your triggers, see all of these things in your life that show you, like, oh, you're not as peaceful as you thought you were. But in that, I think it's just being able to express and with passion. If you speak to your family from your heart and you connect with them and you believe that, like, they'll be accepting of you, that's, I think, a lot of ways where we can shed the disconnection. Because in reality, I don't know what are you? Can I ask you a question?
No.
No? Okay.
You're the guest.
All right. Never mind.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Well, for you, like, what is your, like, family dynamic like? Do you feel like you can't connect with your family on a certain level, or, like, do you feel like there's judgment between your family experience, or where did that question come from, really?
Well, I'm similarly very lucky that I have an amazing relationship with my family, which is kind of, a rare, a very lucky situation. But I think part of the reason why I have such a great relationship with all of my family is that, I moved away, like, at a young age, like when I was 17, and haven't lived with my family in 13 years, and so having a bit of distance keeps the relationship super, super healthy. And back when I was living at home, I was kind of like having a lot of conflicts, and I think that it's difficult to be super authentic with your family because you end up slipping back into the roles of your childhood. And when you're a child, you have, like, very clearly defined roles, like child, parent. Mom, I want to do this. No, you can't do this. Or, yes, you can if you do this. And so you have the child role, you have the brother or sister roles. And so even though I developed, very deeply throughout university and then moving away, when I come back to visit my family, I feel like I'm the little boy again, or the bullying older brother again, or just kind of slip into those old roles, and those end up kind of masking my authenticity, I feel like.
For sure. I totally can understand that. So what I'm working on right now is eliminating roles, like, from everything, whether it's I'm like a girlfriend, a sister, whatever, and just stepping into the role of friendship. That allows me to be my most authentic self and eliminate that fear of, like, okay, how do I have to show up with this person? Are they going to think I like them if I show up in this way, or are they going to, like, even with my family, I want to see my mom and my brother as my friend, because it allows me to show up really true and authentic to who I am, if in my relationships I view them as the innocence of a friendship. Because as little kids we run around and we play and we do all of these things, and you're just, like, free. And I feel like it's beautiful when I can treat the people I work with, or my clients, or my parents, or even, like, exes as my friend, because it eliminates that role of I have to act this way, you have to act this way. So it allows me to be authentic and see them in their authenticity as well, because sometimes you see your parents as, like, oh, why are they doing this? And if you can just look at them as, like, oh, they don't know what they're doing just as much as I don't know what I'm doing. And it can kind of eliminate some of those roles and expectations we place on ourselves and other people. So, yeah.
Oh, well, Seybrielle, those are beautiful words. Wow. Our fans are just going nuts. They're saying, great point. That is amazing advice. Just showing up as a friend. Love it.
Yay.
So
let's be friends.
So glad that you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. But without any further ado, Seybrielle, I would like to present the favors of the week. Are you ready?
I am so ready.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us. Now we will tell you our 6 favors of the week from our Karma Tribe gift economy platform, which is at karmatribe.com. And if you haven't already gone there and joined the tribe, well, what are you waiting for? Now is the time to join the abundance. Seybrielle, if you please. First favor of the week.
All right. This one comes from Eric Bensosen. He is a relationship and divorce coaching. He says, are you going through a breakup and find it overwhelming? My last divorce was one of the most challenging times in my life, and at the same time a blessing. I can teach you tools and strategies to feel better. Whew, that's perfect.
Wow, that's very apropos
to
this conversation. Mm-hmm. So, relationship and divorce coaching. Amazing.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Very generous. Thank you, Eric. Next, we have... we have an offer from Maritzu in Santa Ana, Costa Rica. This is in person or online. She offers to help you rethink / redecorate your home. She says, I can help you turn your house into a cozy, welcoming, feel-good home.
Yum.
Feel free to contact me.
I love it.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing what shifting around some of your furniture can do for you. So that's cool.
Yeah. I had my house arranged in a certain way, and then a friend suggested to me, why don't you turn it around like this? The feng shui will be much better. And I did that, and since then I haven't looked back. So sometimes another perspective can really make a difference to one's living arrangement. Truly.
That's why we travel, right?
Ah, touche.
Ooh, this is a big one. Request Miche.
She's in Portland, Maine.
So she says, help me make a video. So this is an offer to receive.
A request.
A request. There you go. She is a member of the V Team Tours. We travel around in a van and serve free vegan food to the homeless. I am looking for someone to help me make a 1-minute video that we can share everywhere we go to facilitate relationships and build community. We will be in the, is that the main area?
The Northeast?
The Northeast USA until the end of July. Wow, that's freaking incredible. Seriously. Good works.
Yeah. Yeah, I had the privilege of meeting this woman over Skype recently, and it's amazing what she's doing. You guys should check out this favor. What we put here is like a paraphrasing of, everything that's explained in the favor, but yeah, she's touring around and giving free vegan food to homeless people. So, an amazing cause. Mm-hmm. And she's just doing it like with her own resources, which are limited, and so she needs help in making a video. And as we know, like in this day and age, a video can be so powerful for connecting with people over social media, for spreading a nice message. Truly. So
I love it. I love what she's creating here, especially just with connection and building relationships and community. Props to you. I'd love to see this video and someone assist her. I'm not a videoer, but I will share it once it's done.
Far and wide. Great. Well, next here, we have an offer from Madinak7 offering her Photoshop skills. She simply says, she or he says, I can make your photos look good.
Nice. We should get a Photoshop of us riding a humpback whale through a mystical, magical forest.
A humpback whale through a forest, yeah. that would be great.
Offer Chris information about veganism, vegetarianism. I've followed a vegan lifestyle for nearly 3 years now. If you have any questions at all, I can provide you any advice or information you need. Awesome.
Cool.
Dietary changes.
Yeah.
Cool. I dig it.
Amazing. And finally, this is a nice one. We have an offer from Bon in Denver, Colorado, close to your neck of the woods.
Yes.
He offers a listening ear. Now, again, this is a paraphrasing of what was written in the favor. You need to check it out. We'll be linking it up in the post later, but he says, sometimes I just want to speak with someone who is unbiased, and for that person to just listen and validate my feelings. I am offering just that, a listening ear. I am happy to listen to anything that you have to say.
Beautiful.
Ah,
I love it.
very touching. Thank you, Bon, for your kindness. And guys, remember, it's a two-way street. You have to accept these favors. You have to accept the gifts that are available in the world through Karma Tribe. You deserve it, and the other person deserves the joy of being able to share their gifts. So we need to do them that favor of requesting their gifts.
For sure, we should offer up like maybe a challenge, like for everybody watching. Go post something that you would like to receive.
Yeah.
Like, what do you deserve to experience? What is it? What is something that you are really calling forth in your life? Like opening that up. Like,
yeah.
Be vulnerable. Share
what is it that you exactly? You deserve a gift today. What is it that you're gonna get? Either request something or accept an offer. Let that be the challenge to you.
Yes. I dig it.
Well, thank you everyone for tuning in to another episode of Blissin Out. It's been a true pleasure.
Yes.
Seybrielle, thank you for shining your light onto us, into our show, into the hearts of these viewers.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing what you do. And yeah.
Awesome.
I think I can speak on behalf of the world when I say thank you for your authentic spirit.
Thank you.
Awesome. Goodbye, friends.
Ciao.
See you next week. It's been a pleasure, and have a fantastic day.
Pura vida.